Halloween, celebrated each year on October 31st, is one of the most widely recognized holidays in the world. Known for costumes, pumpkins, and trick-or-treating, its history stretches back over 2,000 years, weaving together elements of ancient pagan rituals, Christian traditions, and modern pop culture. What began as a sacred festival marking the boundary between life and death has evolved into a vibrant celebration of creativity, community, and the macabre. Happy Halloween and welcome to another episode of Gandalf's LEGO Adventures. I'm Gandalf. In today's video, we'll be building set 40721, the Halloween Barn. This set only has 205 pieces, but when finished, it will measure 5.5 inches high by 6.5 inches wide by 2.5 inches deep. This set comes with a skeleton minifigure, a spooky tree, and a surprise when you open the barn doors. This will be a shorter build, but before each bag, I'll give you a little bit of history on the origins of Halloween from its ancient roots all the way up till today. So, let's get to some history. The earliest roots of Halloween lie in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, celebrated around 2,000 years ago in what is now Ireland, Scotland, and parts of northern France. Samhain marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, a time associated with darkness, decay, and death. The Celts believed that on the night of October 31st, the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead grew thin, allowing spirits to roam the earth. During Samhain, people lit bonfires to honor the dead and ward off malevolent spirits. They offered food and sacrifices to gods and ancestors, seeking protection for the coming winter. Villagers wore animal skins and masks to disguise themselves from wandering ghosts or to blend in with them. These early disguises can be seen as precursors to modern Halloween costumes. The festival also carried a strong agricultural and spiritual significance. As Samhain marked the transition to the darker half of the year, it symbolized both death and renewal, an ending of old and a preparation for new. By the 1st century CE, the Roman Empire had conquered much of the Celtic world, and over time, Roman traditions merged with Celtic customs. Two Roman festivals in particular influenced Samhain: Paranoia, a day in late October dedicated to honoring the dead, and Pomona, a celebration of the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. Her symbol, the apple, may have inspired later Halloween tradition of bobbing for apples. This blending of Roman and Celtic rituals helped shape the developing character of the autumn festival, part harvest celebration, part commemoration of the dead. All right, this is set 40721. It's got 205 pieces, comes in 5 bags, 1 extra piece. And it has an instruction manual. Okay, this is going to be a short build for spooky Halloween. All right, this is bag 1. Bag 1 starts with a skeleton.
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain. So the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
That was bag 1. Bag 1 built the skeleton minifigure. Started the base. Put some rocks, a bottle, a cauldron. Bag 2 appears to be building up some of the barn. So let me get bag 2 going. We'll get on that. As Christianity spread through Europe in the early Middle Ages, the Church sought to replace or reinterpret pagan festivals. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day, to honor the saints and the martyrs. The evening before, October 31st, became known as All Hallows' Eve, which eventually was shortened to Halloween. A century later, All Souls Day, November 2nd, was established as a day to pray for the souls of the dead. Together, these observances created a 3-day period known as Hallowtide. Although Christian in intent, many pagan customs persisted. Bonfires were still lit, and people continued to dress in costumes representing saints, angels, or spirits. During this time, the practice of souling emerged in parts of England and Ireland. The poor would go door to door on All Souls Day, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for food or soul cakes. This custom is considered one of the direct ancestors of the modern-day trick-or-treating. By the late Middle Ages, Halloween had become a mix of Christian and folk practices. In Scotland and Ireland, people participated in guising, where children dressed up in costumes and performed songs, recited verses, or told jokes in exchange for treats or coins. Mischief and pranks were also common, reinforcing Halloween's connection to the chaos and the supernatural. In rural communities, divination games were a popular feature of Halloween gatherings, especially among young people seeking insight into their romantic futures. For example, peeling an apple in one big long strip and tossing it over one's shoulder was said to reveal the first initial of a future spouse. These lighthearted customs added an element of fun and social bonding to the night's otherwise eerie atmosphere. All right, this is bag 2. These are really short bags. Small build. Alright, that was bag 2. Bag 2 put the doors, which open and close. The eye peeking out of the door. Put the walls on here. Sides on here. Looks like bag 3 is going to continue building the barn. So let me get that together and we'll get to that. Halloween traditions were carried to North America by Irish and Scottish immigrants in the 19th century. In particular, the massive wave of Irish immigration during the Great Famine of the 1840s helped to popularize the holiday in the United States. Early celebrations in America were often rural and community-based, featuring harvest parties, fortune-telling, and ghost stories. The jack-o'-lantern, now one of Halloween's most iconic symbols, also originated from the Irish folklore. The tale tells of Stingy Jack, a trickster who outwitted the devil and was condemned to wander the earth with only a carved-out turnip lantern to light his way. When Irish immigrants arrived in America, they discovered that pumpkins, native to the New World, were larger and easier to carve, thus the beginning of the pumpkin carving tradition. By the late 19th century, Halloween in the United States began to shift away from its darker superstitious roots toward a more community-oriented celebration. Newspapers and civic leaders encouraged parties, parades, and games that emphasize fun over fear. The modern practice of trick-or-treating developed during the early 20th century. It evolved from earlier customs like souling and guising, but took on a distinctly American form. Children dressed in costumes would go door to door asking for candy with a cheerful ultimatum of trick or treat. The practice spread rapidly over the 1930s, boosted by mass media, commercial candy production, and the growing suburban culture. After the hiatus during World War II, when sugar was rationed, trick-or-treating exploded in popularity in the 1950s. Halloween became a major event for children, characterized by costumes, parties, and a safe, family-friendly atmosphere. Candy companies, costume manufacturers, and the entertainment industry capitalized on the trend, helping turn Halloween into a major commercial holiday. All right, here we go, bag 3. That was bag 3. Built. this part of the barn, hayloft doors, and it added, when these doors open, makes it look like a mouth with teeth and a tongue. Spooky barn. All right, bag 4. Looks like it's gonna kind of start the roof of the barn. So let me get that together, we'll get to it. From the 1960s onward, Halloween became deeply intertwined with popular culture. Television specials like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and classic horror films such as Halloween helped define the holiday's imagery and tone, combining nostalgia, fear, and fun. Haunted houses, horror movie marathons, and elaborate costume parties became staples of adult and youth celebrations alike. By the late 20th century, Halloween had become a multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States, second only to Christmas in consumer spending. Costumes expanded beyond ghosts and witches to include superheroes, celebrity, and pop culture icons. Meanwhile, the holiday's popularity spread globally, with celebrations taking root in countries like Canada, the UK, Japan, and Australia, though often in localized forms. Today, Halloween is a global celebration that reflects both ancient tradition and modern imagination. It has expanded far beyond its Celtic and Christian origins, incorporating influences from film, media, and global commerce. In addition to trick-or-treating, people celebrate with pumpkin festivals, horror-themed events, costume contests, and charity fundraisers. This is bag 4. Bag 4 is gonna build the roof. We'll put a window in. All right, that's bag 4. Finished up actual building of the barn. Put some details on it. Put a bat on top. Now, when you open those doors, the hayloft doors, you've got an eye peeking out at you. All right, bag 5 is gonna put some finishing touches. It's the final bag. So let me get 5 together and we'll get on that. In recent decades, there's also been renewed interest in the historical and spiritual roots of Halloween. Some communities embrace Samhain-inspired festivals to honor ancestry and nature, while others emphasize Dia de la Muerte, or Day of the Dead celebration, highlighting cultural connections between remembrance and renewal. At the same time, Halloween has sparked discussions about cultural sensitivity, particularly regarding costumes that appropriate or stereotype other cultures. Many schools and organizations now promote inclusive and respectful ways to celebrate. From the flickering bonfires of ancient Celtic Samhain to the glow of modern jack-o'-lanterns on suburban doorsteps, Halloween has undergone a remarkable transformation. It has evolved from a solemn festival of spirits into a lively, creative expression of human imagination, a night where fear, fun, and tradition intertwine. What remains constant across millennia is Halloween's central theme, the dance between light and darkness, life and death, the enduring human fascination with the mysterious and the unknown. Whether celebrated with ancient rituals or candy-filled pillowcases, Halloween continues to unite people in a shared acknowledgement of the cycles that shape our world. This is bag 5, final bag. It's gonna put some finishing touches. It's gonna add a spooky tree. Okay, that's the Halloween barn. Bag 5 finished up the tree, did a tree here. Put a lantern in. Put these weeds. I like it when the doors are open. And like I said, it looks like a mouth. I think it turned out neat. It's a nice little Halloween decoration. Put the skeleton right in here. In the back, you have a cauldron and a bottle of something or other. All right, that's it. I liked it. Thanks for joining me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the like button to be notified of new videos. I have a Facebook and an Instagram. Links are in the video description, so follow me. Join me next time when I'll give a review of the RMS Titanic. If you'd like to see some of my other holiday builds, check out this playlist.